And I'm kind of standing to the side and to the back of him, and he was kind of looking back at me like when he said this, and he kind of laughs and turns forwards, and I said, "You'll never hurt my brother again."
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Hello everybody, Harvey Talks Prison here. I want to talk about before I got arrested. I grew up in southern Missouri on a farm, 360-acre farm, and we did a lot of hunting and fishing there, and me and my brother did. We had this distant cousin who, him and my brother didn't get along, and I didn't know it was much deeper than that. When I found out, he told me not to say anything, but I did. I told my parents. I want to go back for a second. I made good grades in school, had a lot of friends and stuff, so everything was good, you know. It wasn't like I wasn't involved in a lot of criminal stuff or anything. I did good. When I found out, I told my parents against his wishes. They did not believe me. My brother got mad at me for even saying anything to him. He was ashamed. One day there was a retired cop that came out. He was a friend of the family. And after he gets done talking to my parents and everything and starts to leave, I tell him. I'm thinking, you know, he'll go back and tell his police friends. And he didn't. He goes right back in and he tells my parents, and they were mad, especially my mom. I didn't know what to do. Maybe I should have told more people. Maybe I should have. When we was in town, we lived like 20 miles from Rolla. Maybe I should have told the police when we were in town, or went into town and told them myself, but I didn't. So one day, it was during deer season, and I was hunting at a friend's house just up the road. He comes down there. He talks to us for a while, and he says he has to go back. You know, the guy who did all this bad stuff to my brother. And my brother was in school at the time. He asks me if I wanted to go back to his house and go hunting. At first I told him no. I mean, I couldn't even believe he asked that, you know. I'm looking at this guy with disgust now. But then I got to thinking, well, maybe I can, you know, talk to him. And I don't mean reasonably, I mean, hey, you know, get it from the horse's mouth. And then put an ass whooping on him. I was 17, he was 22. My brother was 14. So walking back to his house, which is just like a little farther up the road, I couldn't manage to say anything to him. So nothing happened then. So we get up there and we go hunting. He goes his way, I go my way. I come back up, you know, I go looking for him. I said, man, I gotta confront him about this. And something's gotta be done. I get up, I find him, and he's up in this tree stand, deer tree stand, about, I don't know, 15 feet. And I'm trying to get him to come down from the tree. He goes, yeah, I know you told you told your parents, you know, because I'm arguing with him about this. And he goes, no one believes you. And it just goes on, and I'm getting madder and madder and madder. And I'm tearing up. I'm getting tears in my eyes. And he goes, oh, you crying like a baby. Maybe I should come down there and give you the same treatment. And I'm kind of standing to the side and to the back of him. And he was kind of looking back at me like when he said this, and he kind of laughs and turns forwards, and I said, you'll never hurt my brother again. And that's when I did that. Deleted him. Fell to my knees. I don't know how long I was on my knees crying. But anyway, I get arrested for it and everything. I knew I was going to get arrested. And I just didn't know that nobody was going to believe me. You know, that I told my lawyer, and he said, we can go for that if you want, but and I said, yeah, I want. So he tells the prosecutor, goes and tells the prosecutor what's going on. The prosecutor says, well, even if what he's saying is true, he didn't do it in the act. He waited during deer season, and he stalked him, hunted him down, and murked him. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like I stalked the guy, hunted him down and everything, you know. But anyway, during this time, I'm in a cell with two other guys. Well, it's a big room, but there's 3 cells in it, and I'm in there with them. And they start talking about trying to escape. And I mentioned this once on a visit to my brother. He says, I think it's a good idea. You gotta realize my brother, he's still kind of mad at me. It ends up, my brother brings hacksaw blades up on a visit. Every week I used to get a new set of clothes and send my old clothes out. Cops would go through it. After they searched, he put the blades in there. Long story short, we get caught. I had just accepted a plea with my lawyer's urging or whatever to take a plea for 25 years. Well, that was off the table. I ended up getting a life sentence, and 5 ran together. When I get to prison, Missouri State Penitentiary, and some of these old heads found out about it, I think they was more mad at my lawyer than there was anything else, but they told me I should have never taken a plea to start with. They said I should have took it to trial instead of accepting the plea. My brother was really messed up over this, and even after he apologized to me and everything, you know, he blamed himself for me being in prison, and I told him that wasn't his fault. My parents blamed themselves for not believing me, you know, and but I understand, you know, I kind of understand, but that's one of the reasons why I tell, in some of my videos I've said, parents, always believe your children. I mean, if it comes out later that they lied, then deal with it then. But when they tell you something like this, believe them. Always believe them. I mean, there was nothing, somebody asked, you know, because they wanted to know if I had a traumatic childhood or if I was involved in crime and everything. Growing up, it wasn't exciting. I lived on a farm. I enjoyed living on that farm, worked on the farm. Life was good there. But there was nothing really exciting, you know, that I can tell you about this time. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are